Hello, I've got for you today one of Montblanc's Elixir Colorist collection inks, Violet. This is from a range of inks that is sort of a bit on their higher end. I'm not sure exactly how they choose when and how to release inks for this series, but they've got a few different veins or a few different editions in this tier of inks. So they've got this Colorist collection, beautiful violet. They've also got a perfumed series, and they also have one set of inks released with their flex calligraphy nibs, and then one with Egyptian Mania. So it's not like the mid-range inks where they release one with all the special limited editions. But there we go. So every now and then I get one of these as a gift, and it's nice to be able to share it with you. It's certainly a very promising color. So I have here a book of various types of paper, ranging from Montblanc's notebook paper to Clairefontaine to sort of your standard office paper, going all the way down to vellum paper, moleskin paper, watercolor paper, a few poster papers, and then all the way to birch, Canadian birch, just for the fun of it. And so each time I get an ink, I'll sort of put in the name, the date, and then a quick blob of color to see how it changes. So some inks do change quite a lot over time. None is more obvious than the royal blue on sort of Xerox paper, and this is why I started this type of exercise. When I used it in the office, I noticed that the color of their standard blue faded quite a lot over time. So let's get some ink in the pen, and then we'll try to put in a few samples and see how it performs on the various papers. So of course there are a lot of variables that go into how an ink performs, but by doing it this way you sort of get an idea of how it might behave on the type of paper that you prefer the most. So this is the Montblanc paper. Let's see if we can get a better shot. I'll get a close-up later. This is the violet. So I think this is a fine nib. Not a particularly wet ink. This is really well on the poster paper. Their calligraphy paper is a bit more absorbent than their standard sheets. Covers really well on the tracing paper that doesn't absorb very well. All in all, this is a very impressive ink. It's not really feathering on any of the paper. Usually the Xerox paper, which was that's this one here, will feather on wetter inks. So that's actually quite better than I was expecting, actually. So the best, most loyal color usually is this on the Clairefontaine, and let's see if we compare it to some of the other inks, the violets that they have. So let's see. Oops. So their amethyst purple is a lot darker, very much like their Enzo, and their psychedelic purple is a bit more on the red side. So I think appropriately named psychedelic purple. And then this violet is also very aptly named, a bit more blue in the mix. But nonetheless, definitely on the purple side. So there you have it. Their beautiful Cobalt Violet from their Elixir range. Wonderful addition, I think a very wonderful addition to any collection. We'll see how it behaves over time. Of course, these are a bit more expensive, so yeah, this bottle is about 4 times the price of what you'd expect to pay for their standard bottle, and about twice the price of what you'd pay for a limited edition bottle. So yeah, quite expensive, but definitely a nice purple, much nicer than their Enzo or their standard Amethyst, but hard to compete with their psychedelic purple. There you go. Let me know if you've got any questions or reflections. Thank you for watching.